Welcome back, everybody. Let me tell you, I am freaking jacked for today's episode because we are dumping down exactly as we talked about earlier this week. Exactly, we are pumping up to 42, 43 and then dumping down. So let's dive into the charts, and we are going to roast a handful of people today because enough is enough. So let's go into the charts. I said earlier this week we can be going up 1, 2, maybe 3 days and then still be dumping down to respect the higher time frame, in this case the weekly, where we have a blood diamond, RSI going down, money flow going down, VWAP going down, momentum wave going down. So then we could respect both of the scenarios before we are dumping down further. And what do you know, we are dumping down, we are underneath our horizontal line, and I told you if we are going to break this on a daily, it's gonna look bad. Matter of fact, this week on the YouTube channel I made 2 major videos. One was to all losers calling tops and bottoms, and we are going to look at a few clips from that video where I told you exactly what's gonna happen and why you should not be so excited. The day after I made a video with the text, don't get excited yet, we have a bearish setup. Bam, right after. This was a day ago, and what do you know, we are dumping down. Now, to prove you what we talked about in previous videos, we are going to listen to a small clip of the 20-minute video, and I really want to ask you to look at this video at the end of this one, so that you just please take 20 minutes of your time and explain exactly what is going on, which phase we are in, and what's so wrong with all these wankers calling tops and bottoms. Alright, cool. First, we are going to listen to a short clip where I'm telling you that we could go up and down for a few days before we go lower. We still have the blood diamond, and we still have the RSI pointing down, VWAP pointing down, momentum wave pointing down, money flow pointing down. In other words, we could be bumping up for a day, 2 days, 3 days, and then still get that reversal. But then of course there were these retards that were calling from the bottom for the 21st, 22nd time, whatever, and then we're going lower again. Now, so exactly as we talked about, we could go up 1 or 2, 3 days and then dumping down, still respecting that higher time frame, still just going lower, lower. So why based on what would you say this is the bottom, this is the top? Matter of fact, I did not just slide this into the video, I mentioned it again with an example later on in the video, which I will also show you right now. Therefore, we need to scroll to minute 17 and 45 seconds. Where are we? That's right over here. I hope this works. Yeah. We could go up from here again to 42,000, 44,000, and then drop lower. And then the bull diff had played out. We got a relief rally on the 4 hour, the 8 hour, the 12 hour, and then we're still dumping down. And then the weekly blood diamond is still respected. The weekly money flow is still respected to go down, and all that kind of good stuff. We can go up for a few days before we're going down. Hell, we could even go back up to 48k before we're dumping down to 20k. Now, again, I am not a perma beer. I don't want us to go to 10k. I'd rather have us to go to 200k, but we need to keep in mind that there are 2 scenarios, and just because we have 2 green days and we bounce off a perfect moment with a golden pocket in a bull diff and all that kind of stuff, that we suddenly say, yeah, this was the bottom and we're going up from here, I think is absolute crap. Please do me a favor, write down. And where are we today? Exactly just as low as where we were a few days ago. So in the exact same week, we bounced up, we got a rejection, and now we're going lower. So my point is that from a lot of these people that were calling the bottom, Carl von der Moon liquidated. Da Vinci J15 wiped out. Lark Davis under the carpet. Who else did we had? The Martini guy, wrong as it could be, liquidated. Timmy Thomas, the Winker, also gone. The problem is with these people is that they have hundreds and thousands of followers, and although there's everything, nothing is financial advice. You know, if you start calling the shots, people are going to follow your trade. They are going to jump into longs, maybe not exact same moment as you're taking the long, maybe even a little bit higher, and then suddenly we are dumping down. They are getting also liquidated and stopped out. I bet you these followers have lost millions of dollars in the last few days, 100% sure. And it is always a same kind of type of person, what I also talked about in that video, and exactly is pointing out the problem in the space and why these people are just so wrong all the time. Matter of fact, we are also going to look at that part of the video. We're going to 6 minutes and 17 seconds. Something else I want to tell about the people calling for tops and bottoms. The thing with the crypto crap space is that every kid with $100 on his bank account and a laptop buys crypto or Bitcoin, changes his status to investor, and suddenly started calling for tops and bottoms. These same people, I have never ever heard them calling for tops and bottoms on the dollar, the yen, the euro, gold, silver, other commodities, stocks, ETFs, you name it. The whole market investment, wherever money flows to, it's kind of like that doesn't exist, but then there's only crypto crap and Bitcoin. And I feel like if you're such a genius in calling tops and bottoms and saying we're going to 100K, we're going to see this level this time, please do me a favor, also do it in other assets and show me how talented you are. Now you could say, oh Ray, that's very easy for you to say because you're never calling the top or the bottom, so it's very easy to just shit on other people. I am not so arrogant to say that I know exactly where the top is and exactly where the bottom is. I am just looking for signals that come together at a specific level, at a specific time, that could signal a top or a bottom. For example, alright, I think I've made my point. I am not the type of person who's gonna say all the time, oh, look at me, I was right, he was wrong, and I told you so. But I have said this many times before. This is not going to be a walk in the park. We are going to zig and zag. We are going to have fake outs. We're going to see levels hundreds of times before we're going higher, before we're going lower. The price always goes higher than you think, lower than you expect. And expect the unexpected. Stuff that you cannot think about right now could definitely happen in a few weeks from now. If you think Ray will never go to 20K again, we'll never see it again, mark my words, it could happen. Not saying 100% it will happen, but everything is always in the cards. So calling for tops and bottoms and saying this is it, 100K, yippee-ki-yay, let's go, that is just as wrong as it could be. And now within a week my point is proven. So I just want to give out this big warning. Again, I will make mistakes in the future, but therefore we have stop losses and then proven trading strategy. That's completely fine. But please be careful with who you are following, who you are listening to, and where you put your money. All right, cool. Then let's check one more time in the chart. What am I doing right now? I've also been stating this a few times. If we are going to break this diagonal support, probably for the second time, let's say this was the first, then I'm afraid, and we're closing lower, we will not hold, and I think the golden pocket will also not be significant support or a bounce. Right now I also don't see any volume coming in that could signal a reverse. I think we're going lower, and the sub 30s is then in the cards. Worst case scenario, let's hope it will never happen, is that 20K retest at the top of 2017, but we'll take it by a day. If we are closing a daily lower than this, I am putting in a short and I'm writing this bitch down all the way to low 30Ks. Let's zoom in a little bit On the 4 hourly, let's see what we have there. I also said this in yesterday's video. The RSI could be white. That is not so strong. Matter of fact, it is a sign of weakness. Then they were pinching down or pinching together when we were going down and said that is bearish. And ta-da-da-da, guess where we are now? Money flow went deep into the red and now almost looks like it wants to go back into the red. Momentum wave, of course, going down. This thing still has a lot of room to go down on the 4 hourly. On the hourly, it looks as bad as you want to have it to be. Money flow curving down. VWAP is just going down. RSI is of course pinching down, going lower. Maybe this momentum wave will come up and then make new lows. We have seen that multiple times. And of course, then on the macro time frame, this has been completely respected. The blood diamond, the DBSI worked out. RSI going lower, VWAP going lower, momentum wave going lower. Money flow going lower. So yeah, where the bottom eventually is, we have no idea, but also the setup of this specific candle is just bearish because we went up all the way and now we're going lower again. So that means that the bulls have been trying to push the price up. That didn't work. The bears took over and pushing the price down. Of course, we still have 2.5 days to go until the weekly candle is over, but today is Friday. You know what that means? Then all the big traders are going home, closing their positions. Weekend could be a little bit volatile, but the way this stuff is setting up, it just doesn't look good. Again, I also said this multiple times, I want us to go to 100k, but the indicators are the indicators and the price action is the price action, and we just follow the signals. We follow what the chart is telling us. And the chart is telling us right now sideways to going down. That's it. And this is the sideways action. This sideways action. This in general is a little bit of a sideways action. But on the macro time frame, we are still going lower, baby. So that is where we are pointing at. Again, full transparency here. If we close a daily below, I'm very most likely putting a short. Writing this down, my stop loss will be around this level, or as soon as this trade is in a profit, I will move it to a level. If we have some jackasses that's something trying to push the price up in the weekend, that I'm not going to liquidate it or going home with a loss. So I want to make sure that this trade is in a profit, but the way that it's setting up right now, it is just bearish AF. So yeah, again, if you lost money this week, pull the plug. Look in the mirror, have a good talk with yourself and ask yourself, who are you following, who are you listening to? Always do your own TA. I'm definitely not saying you should follow, listen to me, but always do your own TA. Be smart about this and don't get too excited because we have a green candle or because you think, well, this has got to be the bottom. No, this has got to be the bottom. Again, people, price goes higher than you think, lower than you expect. All right? Write it down, print it out, hang it above your bed, read it every day. This is just the way it is. It is not going to be a walk in the park. Again, we're going to zigzag a lot of times. Now, please do me a favor. At the end of the video, now look at the whole video, the 20 minutes calling tops and bottoms, because they're explaining to you very simple, perfectly. Everyone can follow it. And of course, you'll do me a favor if you would like and subscribe, of course. And maybe I will start bashing some other people at Twitter. It's going to be a fun day. Thank you guys so much. Enjoy your weekend, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.